Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever this little video finds you. I hope that you're well and preparing for your next upcoming session. I wanted to just talk to you today a little bit about saving time using an FAQ document that is a frequently asked questions document that you can attach to your course in a number of ways. So as any well-seasoned professor knows, you often get the same questions again and again and again. There seems to be these patterns that crop up, especially as you teach courses repeatedly. So, what is a way to deal with that without recreating your answers every single time, or just shutting down and saying, "I don't have time to answer these questions. They're the same every time." So, or do you possibly have personal course policies in addition to Westcliffe's? That's certainly possible, right? Each professor has some leeway in how they run their classroom. They have preferences. And so one of the ways to address this is to create a frequently asked questions page. This can be a document or a web page in the course shell. You have a bunch of different options, and we'll walk through a couple. So some ideas for a frequently asked questions page to kind of help cut down on some of the time that you'll spend answering student inquiries is your policy on the use of technology in the classroom. Do you allow them to Google what you're saying as you say it? Do you want them, to not look at their phones? Do you what does this look like for you? Um, what are some general class behavior expectations? Uh, do you allow students to interrupt? Do you want them to hold their questions to the end? There's a whole bunch of different ways that you can think about this that are particular to each professor, including preferred methods of communication. Some professors give out their telephone number, others don't. Some prefer per email, some prefer an office hour. Or for example, your policy on the use of AI in your classroom. So Westcliff has an AI policy that your program chair can share with you. But it is still in its nascent stage. And so you might have your own policy that kind of goes beyond or is in addition to that Westcliff has. And so maybe you want to communicate that to your students. This is a wonderful kind of central resources page for your students to access that you can introduce in your first class session and then reference periodically throughout the course. So if I haven't sold you on FAQs yet, hold on. Let's look at some options in the course in GAP. One moment as we switch over. Okay, so here we are in a former course of mine, Intro to Geography. So there's a bunch of different things that I put into this course to help assist on the personalization. There's an intro video. We're going to have a PD to go video on creating intro videos in another month or two. I have various different things that I put in. I have a README course policies document. I had a class website. I had a scheduling tool. There's a whole bunch of different things that you can do. We're going to focus on that FAQ page today. So one of the things you can do is just create like a link. So you can create a FAQ doc. So in this, I'm using a course policies document as an example here. I created a course policies document. I then linked it directly in the course. You can do this. the more that I teach, the more I discover this is not as great as building it within the course itself. So let me go ahead and show you how to do that. So in your course, you're going to go and turn editing on. That's your first step. So in this example, I'm just going to create everything up here in the general category. So you can see that there's a couple different things that are already here. So you're going to come down to add an activity or resource, click there. Now you're going to be given a lot of different options here. I would point you in a couple directions. One, you're going to it's possible to upload a file, right? So if you have a Word document with your FAQs, you can upload a file. You would give the file a name in Gap. You can write a quick description. And then you can choose to display the description or not on the course page. And then you would drag and drop a file. So for example, this is an image, but it will work for our purposes here. And then save and return to course. And so what you're going to see now is that there's a file, FAQ. Now, clearly this is not the FAQ document, but you can see that it populates right here, right? So that's one option. That's to create a file. So our second option, excuse me, is to create all right, there's a bunch of different ones, a page. You can create a page, FAQ, again, description. If you so desire, you can choose to display it on the course page or not. And then this is the content. This is like the website content. So this is a WYSIWYG editor. What you see is what you get. And so you can you can alter the size of the font. You can bold it, italicize, all your general, you can link here. You can insert images, you can create a video. Actually, you can insert media. You can, excuse me, you can actually record a video or a voice memo. So allow. All right, and so you have 2 minutes of audio recording that you can upload to your course as well. Stop recording, you can attach it. Boom, you could say, hey everyone. You can also record video. That's an inappropriate video. Please do not attach your video. But we're going to do it. There's many different things you can do on this web page that that work to answer students' questions. You can make it interactive, you can make it fun, you can add in lots of different things. But you can also do text. And now it's not letting me add text. What's happening? Oh, there. I just had the cursor in the wrong place. So FYI, that's what happens when your cursor hides itself. So frequently asked questions, and then you can copy in your non-typoed, very much edited content. Frequently asked questions. Question number 1. What does it take to get an A in this course? And then you can answer it. Well, you know what? Oops. Question. And the answer is pay me lots of money. For example, that's a terrible example, but you get it. So you can play around with all of these different options here. You can link in documents, create the text, create an audio, create a video. And then when you're all done and you've inputted all of your information, you can save and return to course. And then you see it here, page FAQ. And then there it is. It's going to show up just like you wanted it to, just as you edited. If you find that you want something to look differently, you just go back into the settings here and then edit away. You're like, oh, that audio recording was terrible. Let's get rid of that. Oh, let's go ahead and, oh, look, how do I make this centered? If you click on this icon here, it drops down a whole bunch of other options. You could center it, you can bold it, you can make it very large, etc. So if you need any more assistance after this, please let us know in the Light Center or the Professional Development Department or Curriculum Champions are happy to help you with all kinds of stuff regarding your courses.